the thing that one of the things that prompted me to bring this up, to bring this episode together, was a study that I found. This is a science podcast, so let's make it scientific, where it was linking irritability mainly to social media use, or that was the question they were looking at. Because I guess previous studies, the data is fairly strong at this point. Social media use and depression-like symptoms, pretty correlated. Off the bat, I think that's something that we could all kind of agree with. No?
Totally. Whether it's depression or like anxiety.
Not for me.
Sure.
It's a giggle machine. It's a giggle machine for me. It just brings me nothing but pure joy.
I consume a lot of news, I think.
I'm
like, oof.
Instagram for me is just jokes.
Yeah.
Jokes.
Okay. And I could say I would agree that, like, on a personal level, I don't think that it's influenced me in a negative way. But I think that we'd be maybe, again, kidding ourselves if we think that there isn't some kind of detrimental impact to our social media use. But
I think also go ahead. But I think, like, it depends on, like, your level of, like, media literacy and, like, how much consuming, like, the same amount of, like, content can, like, fuck you up, as it does just, like, keep feeding you the exact same thing you interact with. And then you're just, if you're a idiot, you lock yourself in some sort of echo chamber where, like, you're always right and you're just reconfirming everything you believe.
There's that for sure. And I think that the three of us would probably try and be aware of that. But I mean, I think it's like, I think about it in terms of, like, advertising, right? Like let's say before social media, that was the thing that we heard about in, like, the 90s and early 2000s, right? Like, advertising, the ads they're getting you. And I always thought myself, like, I'm probably immune to advertising. Like, it's not going to get me. I'm not going to fall for that. But I mean, the science and the data is kind of there that it's like we're all kind of monkey brains, and you can, at some level, it affects you, right? Like, it gets you at some level.
I want it to get me.
That's kind of what you want it to get you?
I've never had custom tailored advertisements for the coolest things that I didn't even know I needed. It's awesome. Most things I get now are awesome, and they're off the internet, and that's because somebody fed me an ad. I'll drink it up. It's great. This is a fantastic time to be alive. There's all sorts of neat stuff out there.
Fair enough, man. And I get that. And I think that's true. But would you say broadly, though, like, I guess what I was saying when I said we could all agree on that, I was thinking that this broader societal impact, let's say, or do you think that overall, would you agree overall that, like, social media use contributing to anxiety, depression, that kind of thing, like, that's not far-fetched?
No, I think for a lot of people it's a big problem. But I think for me, if you use it correctly, it's just it's a fun little thing that, with all sorts of good things to find there. It's a magical place. But for lots of people, I think it could be pretty dark. My Instagram feed was giving me stuff I didn't like, and it was kind of driving me nuts. So I found that you could just say not interested, and I went through my entire feed and just clicked not interested on it. And now I do that every few months, and
you purge.
You can also reset your entire algorithm on Instagram, which I did recently.
Yeah, I don't know, it keeps it fresh.
Because it was just showing me, like, a bunch of stuff. It's like, I don't want this.
Yeah. My morbid curiosity, I clicked on somebody, getting blown up or run over or something like that. And then the dark lords of the algorithm just gave me more. And then all of a sudden I was seeing, brutal violence every day. That's no good.
I think, well, like, from my experience, like, I think it does, like, add to, like, my anxiety at some extent, because, like, I just consume, like I said, a lot of news, like, specifically on TikTok. And I'm, with whatever, whether it's, like, the tariff stuff, like, all the shit going on in, the global state of everything is, like, a lot to take in, if you're, like, plugged into it and you're just getting bombarded with people's, content. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing you can really do. It's not even, I'm watching stuff in the States. It's like, I don't even fucking live there. And I'm, like, getting secondhand anxiety about shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's definitely a problem for me.
And then
too.
I'm reading
I
comments of just
definitely-
like idiot, like I think that adds to my anxiety of being like, holy fuck, people are this like dull.
Yeah, but all those comments are probably bots.
They're I mean, that's the other thing too. They are mostly bots.
I also have a feeling that
But
we're in a.
I do try to avoid comments though, especially on
I
political
can't.
stuff.
I
Like,
need to know.
definitely,
I
like-
need to know. I have to know what people think of this fucking thing. Like I have to know.
If I do it, and I mean, this is where, I mean, you're talking TikTok. This is where Twitter X is like the worst.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's, you know, it's just now, especially now. And I have noticed a shift in it, like, and I've definitely like tuned out of it more. But yeah, if I do look at it, it's like I look at the first 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, something like that. And then it's like, I can't help but think, you know, these are just bots, you know, but I feel like though, like us even just like what you're describing, what we're describing here is, I don't think that's I don't know, maybe this is arrogant to say, but I don't know if it's the average person,
I don't
their
think so.
use, if they're that
Yeah.
disciplined on it. I mean, and not that like, I don't know, each of us has our own vices. I don't think we're all, you know, super disciplined, you know, we're not waking up at 6 a.m. and doing 100 push-ups, but
Speak for yourself, Brad.
Yeah, Brad.
I do 1,000 push-ups.
3 sets.
right.
I
And then
do-
the cold tub,
3 sets,
because I
yeah.
saw it on,
Yeah.
I saw it on
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah,
I
And then
saw it
and then
on-
I sun my testicles.
Yeah.
right. No, not your perineum.
Well, both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get them both at the same time. Because I'm a busy man. I'm out there hustling and creating online courses.
I just developed a new undergarment that has sunlight built into the crotch of the undergarment.
I'm just wearing
so I'm
crotchless
constantly-
panties, actually, is what
I'm
I want.
constantly sunning. I'm constantly sunning. So, you know, I'm on the next level, bro. You check your vibrations.
My
I don't
T
need your
levels are
negative
out of this world.
You got to keep it warm. You got to keep it dry. That's what I always say.
more great practical you mean your
advice
taint.
from
Matt.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
exactly.
Keep it warm. Keep it dry.